I absolutely can't believe that we're having yet another nor'easter. Yesterday, it was 60 degrees. 60 degrees. It was a beautiful day. And the day right before that, I was able to, wash my car outside. I was able to wash them easily because it was like so warm outside. I mean, 60 degrees wasn't so bad. I thought the winter broke. And now we got a freaking another nor'easter. It's freaking snowing. Look at this shit. It's freaking snowing again. It's ridiculous. So, basically, just going out this morning and facing this freaking snowstorm. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe that we keep on having these damn nor'easters, and it's freaking April now. But you know what? That pretty much reaffirms my belief that it's like nowadays, it's like you have to have all-wheel drive. Because the thing about it is, when you got that all-wheel drive and you got those, those thicker winter tires and whatever, it's like now you don't have to worry about, the sudden surprise pop-up snowstorms. Not only that, it's like even if you live in a warm climate, it's like, sometimes you want to drive up into mountains and you want to, go skiing and all that stuff. And the problem is, as you drive up into these higher altitudes, yeah, slow down, BMW, I don't respect you. So anyway, as you go into these higher altitudes and climates, it's like you have pop-up weather that you didn't expect. Even if you're in Texas, Texas was getting snowstorms this year. Like people in Texas are looking around like, holy shit, what is this? It's like you could be in Atlanta, Georgia, and they get snowstorms now. So basically, weather is changing, and whether you believe in global warming or climate change, it doesn't even really matter. The weather's changing, and you have basically no choice but to change with it. And my thing is, now you have to have all-wheel drive on everything. When I was at that New York International Car Show, I was really glad to see that, Hyundai and Kia got smart and they made it so that instead of focusing on rear-wheel drive V8s, they're now focusing on V6 with all-wheel drive in all their major cars. In fact, one of the things that I didn't realize until later is that Nissan's Altima is offering all-wheel drive. And it was sitting on the car show stage, and I saw it, and I thought it was a Maxima at first because of its proportions. And then one of the people who was a hostess told me, oh yeah, the Nissan Altima, they have like a newer design for it. And then I found out later when I was watching on YouTube, I found out the Altima, now they're offering all-wheel drive, which is amazing because the Altima is a relatively cheap car. So if Altima does it, then what most likely is going to happen is a lot of people will probably take their money over to Nissan instead of just buying one of those ugly-ass Accords with front-wheel drive or one of those ugly-ass Camrys with front-wheel drive. And I really think pretty soon you're going to see Camry and Honda, they're going to end up having to offer both a front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive platform. And if they do that, they'll probably keep like the same engines that are like 200 horsepower or 190 or 180 or whatever. But what most likely will happen is that with all-wheel drive, they'll be able to boost their horsepower a little bit more because now you won't be dealing with the horrible torque steer. So, I was really happy to see that. No, listen, Randy, the Camry is ugly as sin in God's eyes. If we were Battlestar Galactica Cylons, maybe then you could say, oh, that Camry's not ugly. It looks like my buddy Zixnor. But guess what? We're not on Battlestar Galactica. That Camry is so fucking ugly. It is so ugly that it is just abomination in God's eyes. That thing is fucking ugly. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't tell me no, it's not. Yes, it is. The Camry is ugly. The Accord is kind of slightly less ugly, but they're both ugly. Like, I remember when Camry used to make nice looking cars back in like 2012 and they looked normal. The new ones are ugly. It's like, if you drive one, that's good for you, but if I were you, I would have gotten a Venza because at least the Venza looked normal. And then the Venza had like all-wheel drive or whatever, and you could actually, and then they canceled it because half of y'all couldn't afford that shit because the monthly payments were like $50 more, and everybody's like, oh no, those monthly payments are they're too high, I can't afford that shit. You know, the Venza was a good car, and to tell you the truth, everybody Honda Cross Tour, and to tell you the truth, I actually like the Cross Tour. Like the Cross Tour and the Venza I actually like because they actually made sense. That camera's ugly. Ugly. That's what it is. It's ugly. It's so ugly until if the Camry walked into a bank trying to rob the bank, the police would turn off the cameras because it's so ugly. That's how ugly it is. It's ugly. I'm sorry. If I were you, I would buy a car bra and put it over the face of that car. And then you got quad tailpipes. A Camry has quad tailpipes like it's a Bugatti or a Trackhawk. Are you kidding me? They got quad tailpipes, man. You got less than 200 horsepower and you got quad tailpipes. I mean, come on, man. What's that about? What's that about? Four tailpipes for what? For what? I'm surprised. It's his own. You know, paintings. I don't like Picasso's paintings. So, you know, some people think that shit is gorgeous. I think that shit looks terrible. And, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But as far as I'm concerned, I think if God could talk about it right now, he'd say, yeah, that Camry is ugly. No, Hyundai is doing that thing, and they were very smart because the problem is everybody can talk big about the Kia and everybody can talk big about the Hyundai G90 and G80, but the reality is most people are not going to buy those cars brand new. Most people are going to either lease those cars or they're going to wait until they get used, and then they'll get them used. As far as racing SRT Fonz, actually I told SRT Fonz I wanted to come and review his truck, but I have to find good time to meet with him because I just want to do like maybe a 5 or 10 minute capsule review about his truck. So he has the SRT Durango, which is basically the exact same thing as the Jeep Row. But right now the Durango is older now, so basically everybody's already done enough reviews about it. But that's just where it is. And here's the thing, it's funny, somebody told me, it was like, yeah, Big Truck, you talk a lot of shit for somebody who doesn't do car mods. And I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't really bother drag racing on a drag strip, and I don't really bother racing people on tracks, which is why it bothers me when people throw it in my face. They're like, oh yeah, those SRT cars are so big you can't handle on a track. It's like, what fucking track? Look around here. You see this? Look around here. You see any fucking tracks? There are no tracks. We live in New York City, for God's sakes. There are no fucking tracks. In fact, I'll go a step further. If you live in New York City, if you have a Hellcat, you gotta have a second car. If you have a Corvette, you gotta have a second car because of weather like this. Look at this weather. It's like when you have the Jeep SRT, or you've got an all-wheel drive crossover, or you got a all-wheel drive SUV, it's like you're pretty much set. You don't have to really worry. See, yellow lights mean speed up. Yellow lights always mean speed up. So when you see a yellow light, you have to speed up through it. So anyway, yeah, the potholes, because of the snow and ice, this Jeep's tires are that fucking thick. I can go right through potholes. And I'll say it like this. I think the best suspension that I felt on a car when it came to potholes was the Dodge Journey. Because the Journey, I think it had really thick tires and it had a good suspension. And that thing could go through potholes like you wouldn't believe. If you look through my videos and type in on YouTube, if you type Dodge Journey loves yeah, if you live in this weather, you gotta have all-wheel drive, and you also want to have thick tires, so this way you don't have to worry about potholes. These potholes will fuck you up. It's like, that's one of the reasons why you don't see like cool cars like Lamborghinis and stuff. You don't see those here because of the weather. The potholes destroy the freaking street, and they destroy the street and they make it so it's like you just can't have anything nice. Oh my God, I'm in snow mode right now. You see this slush shit on the ground? They haven't salted the ground yet, so the ground right now is very, very mushy, and lot of ice here. Oh, in fact, wait, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, I'll let you go around me. Yeah, they haven't. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. They have it. You can't have a cool car here because you will. Like, it bothers me when I try to tell people and then people try to talk over me and they be like, and I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, if you have a Mustang or you have a Hellcat or you have something like that, you can't drive that shit in this weather. And then you got these assholes. Oh no, well, I'll just get snow tires. Listen, I'll tell you what, when you kill yourself sliding out, or let's say it's not you, let's say somebody can't stop and they slide right into the back of you and hit that car, or let's say somebody spins out, or let's say you spin out, because it happens. And I'm like, why would you even want to risk that shit? You have to have fucking all-wheel drive here. You just got to have it. If you don't have all-wheel drive, you're risking your life. Okay, misnomer. I know that some people get confused in my videos when I talk about leasing and financing, but let me be perfectly clear. The only cars that I lease are cars that I use for my car service. Cars like this are financed. This car is financed at $1,030 a month. So there is no lease on this car. If I want to trade this in, I could trade this in. But right now, I just feel no need to because I'm actually extremely satisfied with this car. I just hit 25,000 miles, and this car is doing great. Now, to tell you the truth, I believe the next car that I get, I do probably want to lease it as long as the insurance rates are low. But the problem is, here in New York, you get screwed really, really bad for insurance. So when you get a car here, it's like the leases, the only good leases are the ones that are you know, that don't carry a very high insurance cost. Like, you know, you can get a BMW, you can get like a Mercedes or whatever, but the problem is your insurance is going to be high no matter what. But if you have a lease, you're going to pay even more insurance because of the liability is going to be higher. So, yeah, it sucks out here, man. It was fucking 60 degrees. It was shiny. It was sunny. It was warm yesterday. 60 fucking degrees. Look at this shit. It just snapped overnight. I woke up this morning. I'm looking out there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Bullshit. You know? 60 degrees yesterday, and now it's freaking 33. It's incredible. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Yeah, but that's just where we are. So, yeah, the snow is nice, but the thing about it is this shit is a pain in the ass. Like, I have a bag of salt at home, and I got my shovel and everything, and I thought yesterday when I was cleaning up around my house, I thought that, you know, I thought the winter was basically over. I thought like I'd be able to put everything away and I'd be able to just chill, and then I wake up to this fucking shit. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. As far as the Trackhawk goes, I really don't know, because to tell you the truth, you're probably seeing it now. It's like that thing, they want too much for it. They didn't do anything to differentiate it, and to tell you the truth, I really haven't been that impressed with it. And I'll tell you, for $2,000 a month, I could get a fucking Bentley for $2,000 a month. Why would I pay $2,000 a month for a Jeep that looks not as good as the one I'm driving? And as far, you know, all these people talk shit about reliability. I'm going on 25,000 miles. I think I have an oil change coming up. My truck is doing perfect. Like, I mean, perfect. I haven't had a single problem. Not a single problem. So everybody who talks all that anti-FCA shit, they can go suck on BMW's tailpipes. I could give a fuck. You know? So, you know, the Trackhawk, I mean, at the end of the summer, $10,000 is coming off of those cars from depreciation, whether they've left the lot or not. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I mean, you know, if you wait, you can get one of those things for cheaper. But to tell you the truth, I really think they're going to change that car, and I don't want to get stuck having one of those and not being happy with it, you know, because they changed it and I couldn't, because after seeing that Ram 1500, I have no idea how much technology from the new Ram they'll put in the Trackhawk or the Jeep. Because if you really think about it, they could do that double screen right here. Like, they could replace all of this shit right here, and they could have a brand new system right here in order, because they, you know, they got to refresh the Jeep. I mean, the Jeep Grand Cherokee is everywhere. They have to refresh it. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to absolutely refresh that car sooner or later. Yeah, and the thing about it is I don't want to get stuck with the old model, you know? If I'm going to have one of these things, I want to have the brand new. I want to have that new, you know? Oh, that's what that is. You know, so that's basically my thing. No, the question, as far as Tall Guy Car Reviews, his Trackhawk, the question is, I mean, he'll be able to sell it. I have no doubt that he'll be able to sell it. But my question is, how much is he going to lose? Like, because the thing about it is, depreciation's a bitch. You know? Oh, look at this person. I think I want to go to that store right there, so I'm going to, if this person's coming out, I'd like to park here. Oh, I don't know if that person's coming out. Whatever. Yeah, because the thing about it is, when you overprice a car, even the cars that aren't overpriced, like even a Mercedes S-Class, is about $110,000 because of the tax. It's like when you overprice something like that, what ends up happening is there's like $10,000 or $20,000 worth of depreciation that comes right off the top. And I wouldn't want to get stuck losing that kind of money. Like, my thing is, leasing at this point makes more sense. And here's another question. Who the fuck decided that all of the brand new cool cars were going to cost $100,000? You got a $100,000 Navigator. You got a $100,000 Escalade. You got the ZR1 or whatever that new Corvette is. That thing costs $120,000. Where the fuck are they getting these numbers? Where the fuck are they getting these numbers? $120,000. Where are they getting these numbers? That's crazy. $100,000 for a Navigator? Really? They ain't no Black Series that black to get me to pay them $100,000 for no fucking Navigator. That's crazy. I mean, literally, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna pull in right here. $100,000 for a Navigator. $150,000 for a Tesla. All of those ludicrous Teslas are 100. In fact, wait, I don't think I can park here. Those ludicrous Teslas, all of those damn things are $100,000. It's like, who the fuck? Who's gonna spend that? Who's buying shit like that? That doesn't even make no damn sense. That thing is so ridiculously much, it doesn't make any fucking sense. $43,000 for a Stinger? Well, I guess that's not too bad. Oh, this lady's right here. I don't want to slide into this hole. Okay, yeah, $43,000 for a Kia Stinger. It's like, that's not too bad. I think the Kia is probably worth about 40, but there's no fucking way I'd pay 55. No, okay, let me refresh. The Kia Stinger is worth about 45,000 loaded, but there's no fucking way I would pay them 50,000 for that car at all. It just wouldn't happen. In fact, for that kind of money, I'd rather have a K900. But my thing is, I couldn't buy a K900 unless it was all-wheel drive. And then, you know, it's the Genesis H-Track that I leased. And that Genesis H-Track was costing like, what, $300 a month or $325 or something like that? It's like, yeah, I couldn't see paying that much for that car. I just couldn't see it. 50,000, nah. It's like, especially considering the needs that we have here, it's like I could spend 50,000 on an Overland Summit, but I couldn't do that on a Kia. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Yeah, but yeah, that auto show was pretty cool. But basically, if you haven't gone to the auto show yet, you didn't really miss anything, because basically the show was smaller than it was last year. And then on top of that, it was like there was nothing really new except plug-in hybrids and crossovers. There was really nothing new. You know, there was no new product launches. Last year, the Dodge Demon was like the most exciting product launch that there was last year. This year, Mercedes has a couple of new cars that all look the same. That's not exciting. BMW really didn't make much noise. They didn't really make much noise at all. So, you know, my thing is, it's like most of this stuff just wasn't really exciting. And then the car show this year was smaller because they had a whole wing that wasn't even open to see. And I was shocked about that. I was like, wow, you don't even, the wing's not open. I'm like, yo, why? You know, it should have been open. But, yeah, I'm going to sign off because I got a couple of things to do. So, you know, I may be on later.